Hello, you beautiful human, and welcome back to yet another daily pick-me-up message. Before we get into these beautiful cards to have a look at what God, Universe, Spirit wants us to know at this point in time, whenever you happen to watch this right here, right now, there are two things that want to come through first. First of all, and that is only me speaking to you now, like it has nothing to do with like really channeling anyone else. I have to kind of come clean and address what I shared in yesterday's video. If you watched it around like the twin flame dynamic and me just like being very fierce and passionate in what, like I believe to be the truth at that time. Well, let's just say, I'm not even surprised at this point because like the way that we grow nowadays, it's like we wake up as a new person every single day just because of like the knowledge that we gain and the consciousness and the awareness that is expanding like constantly. Well, I certainly had a big wake-up call, which happened like literally that happened right after I actually filmed this video. So funnily enough, afterwards I had like a huge breakthrough with my divine masculine, with my counterpart, my forever person. I know he's watching this. And like he set me down. Like he was like, this is like, you had it wrong the whole time. I'm like, oh gosh. And then he reflected it all back to me and I was just like this small, I was like, oh my gosh. Because here's the thing, like he was right. What I basically shared about, like my divine masculine, like he is not even aware, he's not in his heart space. Well, turns out he was like handling a lot of like personal stuff on his end, which required him to operate out of his mind space, which then us as divine feminines, we feel the disconnect immediately, and my mind took over, and in that sense like my divine masculine kicked in and was just like, what is going on, and we have to get to the bottom of this. And this is exactly the energy that I embodied yesterday in the video. So if you haven't watched that one, you might want to watch it back like from that perspective. And just a little disclaimer that I want to add as well, since this whole concept of like twin flame, divine union, like this whole concept is so freaking new to me, and basically I had like probably one of the most like pleasant experience possible, because I know, and it looks different for every single one of us, and I know if you take a look in the comment section of last video, like there are so many different versions how this plays out like in our life. For me, it was just the case that I've been connected energetically in the 5D with my twin flame basically like all the time, right? But I really started feeling him about like when I like started really gaining awareness and consciousness around like 4 years ago or so. So he has been like very present already, but I haven't met him in the physical. That means, and this is the beauty of it, right? Like there's like this dance and this push and pull between like divine masculine and divine feminine, because they are so heavily connected in the like ethereal, in the 5D, that every challenge that we kind of go, like it's mirrored. That's why when you then meet in like 3D reality, you're like, we freaking live the same life. It's like so obvious. But there are like different stages in which you will meet your person, dependent on what, you're meant to experience in this life. For me, it was just like, I was meant to do the work on my own. Like I didn't need him, I didn't need him in the physical to kind of trigger any spiritual awakening or anything like that. It was just like, I had other circumstances that triggered that for me, like especially health. Like my biggest like spiritual awakening was triggered through like health issues. And then I just like learned to pick myself up again and again and again, like not really knowing that there was another part of me, like my counterpart, going through the trenches himself as well. But we obviously supported one another and just like mirrored one another in the ethereal. And with my journey playing out like that is, I now came into union and like even knew of him when I already basically embodied like my highest self. It was still a bit wobbly, but now that it's like solidified, and with the phone call that I had with my man yesterday, it's like solid. Like done. So if you're picking up on different energy, it's just like, yeah, it's bad. Like the thing is, like, you think you're already in love. No, it's completely different. It's like, there's no doubt about it. And yeah, so I just want to acknowledge that, because like even just by reading like the comments like on like last video, my gosh, like if I imagine meeting my counterpart, like my twin flame, like whatever name, like don't get caught up like with labels, okay? But if I just imagine meeting, he would have freaking completely knocked my life off balance, which is obviously then, you know, like it's all divinely orchestrated. So how it's playing out for you, it's like it's meant to. I'm just saying, I have so much compassion for those that have been on this journey, like, and know exactly who the person is, and like in this, it's like, you're warriors, truly, truly, truly. So yeah, that is just like a disclaimer that I had to put out, because honestly, in this whole dynamic, like the one thing that I know is just like the most helpful is communication, which sounds so easy, doesn't it? But it really comes down to communication, open communication, because then there's no space for misunderstandings at all, you know? And yeah, it's just funny. But that's the thing, you know, like I don't mind saying like I was wrong, you know? Oops, like I'm still human after all, just trying to navigate this world just as every single one of you. So yeah, it is confusing, it is terrifying at times, but knowing what you get to experience like on the other side of it makes it all worth it. Makes it all worth it. I literally feel like I'm floating through here. Like it's bad. Like I cannot, this is like constant now. Like I know it's just, anyhow, I'm not gonna get into that any further, but like another message that is kind of like interlinked to, you know, me thinking I know the way, and you're just like really being like bashful with like, yeah, I'm in my goddess energy and this is how it's being done. What my man also reflected back to me was that spiritual ego is still very much present. And this is something that we all need to hear right now, especially since, how do I say it? The beautiful thing is like within our collective, if you're like connected to my energy, like we pretty much have a hold on our spiritual ego, and we realize when we act out of it and when we're actually like clear and grounded and just like humble, you know, like normal. But outside of ourselves, and we probably notice that a lot, especially like in the gurus, spiritual teachers, you know, like that crowd. Whoa, 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 whoa. There are so many people that just like are so, and it's so funny because they don't even realize it, that they are like so egotistical about like the titles that they hold, and they just like, this is me. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it's one thing to say something, but a whole nother ballgame to actually embody it. And what we've seen so far, like in the space, are a lot of not embodied teachers and like gurus. And then, I mean, there are obviously exceptions, yeah? But I'm saying all of this because with us now being in a place where, I mean, it's different for every single one, because I realize that I attract like people from all different like paths of the journey, but it's all gonna make sense in a second. Just listen to me. Listen to me, please. No, but with us, like I'm talking about the collective that has already like solidified in their power and felt the surge of like power within, like this goddess energy, you know, it feels quite overwhelming. Because here's the thing, like we're just like little toddlers, you know, like we just gotten a toy to play with, but we don't really know how to properly manage our power yet. So there are going to be outbursts, and then we're going to be like, oops, what was that? And then we have to like navigate, but it's all part of the process. All that I'm trying to say here is don't let it get to your head, anything. Because yes, if you connect with my energy and you know you already like gotten fully into your power, you're one of the first. That is just how it was meant for us to play out. Like we are meant to show the way. We are meant to like lay the foundation energetically in order for like us to build the new earth on top. But that, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. That's the thing. It doesn't really matter because each one of us plays a crucial role in even like setting up the whole stage, the whole new earth. So regardless if you're already embodying your God as your God energy, if you just started like with the worst of it, you know, like you just started your spiritual journey and are going through a massive dark night of the soul, because I know we're going to see that more and more now. That's why like support is also like never been more important than now, because like the ones that already went through it and know what it feels like on the other side, like we're obviously meant to hold those and guide those that are lost in the darkness, yeah? So they don't have to go through what we had to go through, which is like a beautiful blessing that we get to do this. So we're all playing our roles here, and it doesn't matter, and you can like check in for yourself. Are there certain titles, labels that you attach yourself to? That you feel like you need to bring up in conversation when you introduce yourself? Is it something where you're like, oh yeah, this is me? Maybe check in with yourself, because I had to do that as well, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. I just don't like that at all. No, we are all one. We all are needed to bring in like heaven on earth. Like it's not a one woman job, like one woman job, a one man job. No, not at all. Like we all need one another. And it's so important to like always come back to that. Also realization and just like being humble about it, because like here's the thing also about like coming into power. Why do you feel the need to voice it at all? Why not just like let your energy speak for itself? You know, isn't that more fun? I find that more fun. So yeah, let me know if you currently feel called out. I'm just a messenger, you know, because that is like God, like our spirit guides it coming through right now. So yeah, that is that. And speaking of which, how everyone of us is just like playing their part and like ushering new earth, and it really doesn't matter like who is like the first one to like take the lead, doesn't even matter. There's a beautiful short animated film that Christian, I know you're watching this, I love you, he shared in our Telegram community group, and when I'm telling you, I watched that yesterday and I bawled my eyes out. At the end, like it starts very dark, but that is obviously, you know, where we're currently finding ourselves in, but we're further along than like the beginning. Just like push through. In the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a horror movie. I do not like horror movies, but then I was like so glad that I watched the whole thing. I will have it linked in the description box. Also the link to our like private Telegram community if you want to join. It's like 11-day free trial. You can just see for yourself if you're vibing with us or not. If you're connected to my energy, chances are very high, but obviously no pressure whatsoever. If you're in need of support, we are here. We are able to hold space for you. And yeah, so that is also in the description box, and also other links. Like, look at everything, okay? If you're called, look at everything. But that is just something that I had to share before we can now have fun with the cards, if there's anything else that wants to come through. And also, oh my gosh, Antoine, if you're watching this, I love you. He called me out like yesterday in our Telegram group, being like, the cards that you pulled, I think that was your distorted like divine masculine, just like putting his foot down and just like speaking. And I was like, yes. Yes, it was. And that's like so trippy, huh? But we're all mirroring, you know, it's like beautiful, like the reflection of in each and every one of us. Like we all hold the keys. Because when he said that, I was like, that is so freaking true and so interesting. But yeah, just use your own discernment when it comes to like where you find yourself in currently in the divine feminine, divine masculine dynamic. Because there are gonna be divine masculines that are still like asleep and are not really doing the work, and then it's about like the divine feminine to kind of like not force that to happen, but just like lead the way energetically. Like all that you need to do is focus on yourself, and we knew this like from the get-go, you know. And then it's just about waiting, just like knowing that the love that you know you deserve is gonna arrive at one point. Like it's inevitable, as I was mentioning in yesterday's video, it's inevitable. So yeah. It's interesting how it all plays out. But let's see. Spirit, is there anything else that you want to share with us today? Anything that we need to know at this point in time? Just one card, please. That's not one. That's better. That is kind of cute. Wait. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Okay. Can you see? Oh, I got full of body shifts and I haven't even said what I'm about to say. It's called the Healer and the Ring. And this is just Spirit, our guides, coming through, reminding us that each and every one of us holds the keys to heal the world. It sounds so cliche, but it's so freaking true. Like, you embarking on this journey, you making the conscious choice to even walk down this path. Do you know how freaking courageous that is of you? Because it's not easy at all. But like, your soul is just like equipped for it, you know. It's like, I know I can do it, and then you persevere and you come out as like a healer, a shaman, you know, like with all your beautiful like psychic gifts, and just you as a human, like your energy in itself is healing the planet. By you focusing on you, by you doing the work, by you picking yourself up every single time you get knocked down. And I know, especially with these energies, this beginning of the year, I keep on saying it, but they are heavy. They are heavy, distorted. Like, I have never, ever, like, recognized so much distortion within my environment than I'm doing now. So I know that if you're currently, like, in the dark period, like, that is shit. Like, consider this your initiation. What you're going through now, you will be able to teach others how to overcome in the future. That's the thing. I just get like, these are all Easter eggs for you to collect, to then at one point come to a realization that, wait, this is how everything is coming together. This is how everything is coming together full circle with the ring. Oh my God, thank you, Spirit. Yeah. It's all gonna make sense at one point. It's just, the beautiful thing is, with now a first wave of us like being able to understand like what we went through, how this works, and what support is actually needed, those that are now like just starting on that journey, you've got us, you know, just like leading examples of how to move through it, what best practices to like look into, because like we've been like completely blindly doing this, you know, just like, I have no idea why I'm doing this. I hope I'm doing this right, but I'm just going for it and just like landing on our feet every single time that we got knocked down, you know. But you don't need to do this if you're currently like in the beginning phases of like your healing journey, your spiritual journey. We got you. We freaking got you. Just know that you, even being connected to this collective, you're gonna, oh, I got chills. You're gonna create ripples. You're gonna create waves. You hold the codes. You hold the keys to bring heaven on earth. Each and every single one of you. Chills won't go away. That is beautiful. But with that said, I'm going to wrap this video up here now. As always, let me know if it resonated. It's also so funny if you like just compare the energies of like yesterday's video and today. It's like night and day, right? But that is just the energy currently. Like every single day we feel like a new person, right? But just let me know, how are you experiencing these current energies? What is going on with you? What is very present for you right now? I just want to open up like the comment section. Like, let's just have a freaking open conversation. How are you doing? Genuinely. What worries, doubts, like what struggles are you currently facing? Or maybe even like what success stories do you have to share? Just, if there's anything that you need to vocalize, do it, because by doing so, it's not stuck here anymore and it's automatically being transmuted. And the beautiful thing is, people can just like come together and be like, oh my gosh, I'm experiencing the same freaking thing. So there's only like an upside, an upside to you like commenting. So if you feel called, please do. But with that said, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day as always, and I cannot wait to see your beautiful face in one of my upcoming videos, which I don't know when that's gonna be, you know, when I'm being summoned to do a little reading for this beautiful collective that I'm so freaking grateful to have here on this side of the internet. Yeah, so you're gonna see me when you're gonna see me, but take care of yourself, and I love you very, very much. Bye-bye. That is it. I usually have something to say in my outros, but honestly today, like I already talked too much. I talked too much? No. Talked enough. That's okay. That's okay. I never talk too much, obviously. That what needs to come out will come out. And now I'm rambling because I'm like, do I need to fill the time with anything? No, I don't. So I'm gonna see you when I'm gonna see you. Bye-bye.